Welcome to the Business Beware Show, where we give your business a voice.
All right, the first Dear Robert question is, my wife and I are about to start a catering business together after I lost my job in the corporate world. Should we define each other's roles from the start or both be leaders in this?
Well, you can both be leaders, but you definitely need to define your role. First of all, who is the cook? Who's the chef? Are you both going to be cooking? Do you both have those skills, or is it the wife who does the cooking and then maybe he needs to do
the wife would do the cooking?
Well, hey, there's many great men chefs out there.
You're going to start a catering business.
Well, yeah, for sure. So first of all, you need to find out who's going to be doing the cooking, or if you're both going to do that. But yeah, definitely, I would say you need to have some leadership roles, whether if he's going to be the one that makes the phone calls and sets up and schedules, the catering.
Mm-hmm. And I'll agree with some of that. I think you definitely, the question was, should you define your roles? And I think definitely you should define your roles. Not to say that, okay, this is a person that sets everything up and the other one does the cooking. Not to say that the one setting up not going to help cook sometimes and vice versa. There's no doubt about it. But the only thing I disagree with is you got to have one leader. You can't have two leaders in a business. I'm sorry. You need to. That's part of defining your roles. Even a lot of the shows that we see nowadays about businesses and everything, you can't have two people in charge of a business.
But if one of them is stronger in the food part of it and knows more about food and what foods to put together and what people want at this catering event,
absolutely,
then they need to be the ones making the decisions on what they're going to prepare.
But that's defining their roles on the food part of it. But you have to have one person who's the ultimate boss. In other words, not doing the menu or anything else, but one who's makes the business decisions. Maybe I should put it that way, because you can't have. It's just going to be. It's open yourself up for too much argument. It is. Okay. We'll go on to the next question. All right, I've been preparing my business for my son to eventually take over. I get the feeling he doesn't want to work in the mechanic business anymore. If he doesn't want to take it over, should I consider a buyer or should I hire someone to take my place and just oversee it? I think you need to define your roles. And
he definitely says somebody needs to be in charge.
That's right. and okay, if you need to be in charge, you need to be in charge. So, it's hard to say that as a generic because, not seeing the entire business, but there's one thing about it. If he doesn't want to take over your business, it's not going to work if you try to make him take over your business. No. So I think it's time to step back and punt and say, okay, then if he doesn't want to take it over and he's not going to be happy with it, then you're not going to be happy with him not being happy with it. Nobody's going to be happy. Then I've got to either stay just like status quo like I'm doing, or hire someone. If you can find someone, like we talked about earlier, it's so hard to do that, to take over your business, or sell. That's a tough question. It really is, not knowing each individual business. But there's one thing for sure. If he doesn't want to be, the mechanic or take over the shop, that's out.
Well, earlier we were talking about having a passion for your business, and if he doesn't have a passion for this, and he's not going to succeed. He's going to fail, and then the dad's going to be upset that he let the business fall. He's better off selling it, making a profit off of it, or if he wants to continue with the business and hire somebody, to take his place.
And there's no doubt about it. There's a lot of young people out there that they don't know what they want to do. I've got a good friend of mine that always says, nobody's going to know what they want to do at a young age until they've tried everything to figure it out. And there's a lot of wisdom in that. So he may have to go somewhere else and do some other things, and he may come back and go, hey, Dad, pretty smart guy.
It wasn't so bad after all.
Wasn't so bad after all. Let him experience some other things, because he's got to make his mind up himself.
And you don't want to be the one to force him to do something that he doesn't want to do, or hold that over him. You've got to cut those wings.
Cut. What do you say?
Cut. Cut those, apron strings or whatever, and let them go. And sometimes they have to make some mistakes. Maybe you have a great business you could give to him, but it may not be for him.
Maybe you don't. Mm-hmm. And have I said before, there's got to be one boss?
Many times.
A customer comes to me and says, I wish you had wood floors. I replied, why is that? The customer says, so I would be able to tell how the furniture would look in my home.
Because everybody should have wood floors.
I'm sorry.
Why does it smell like gas out here? Maybe it's her problem. Well, we are a gas station, ma'am. I know, but it shouldn't smell like gas.
It smells like roses.
Roll your windows up. Don't go there. The gift of mercy. So I'm sitting today getting my hair cut, right? Mm-hmm. This was an experience for moi. And I'm sitting in the chair, and this lady comes in. I heard them, talking behind me and everything. And this lady said, well, I was hoping I could get this done in 5 or 10 minutes. And the lady cut my hair owns a shop, and she walks over and she said, what are you talking about? Because she was talking to the person at the front door, at the receptionist desk. And she said, well, my husband was out in the car, and I want to get my nails done. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, how stupid is it? How many times have you gotten your nails done in your life? I mean, the lady's like 70 years old. Maybe she was delusional or something. But I'm thinking, and it was kind of like a passive demanding, like, well, my husband's out in the car. And, of course, she's trying to be nice. Well, we got 3 people in front of you. She didn't have an appointment. And I'm thinking.
And it takes a while to get you get the whole thing
Last time
done.
I got my nails done, it took a while. But I mean, honestly, that's how customers are, though. They'll come in and, like I said, it's kind of a passive demanding, like, oh, well, my husband's in the car. And I thought, well, why don't you leave him at home with a dog? Isn't that crazy? So if you have some of these, as we call them, stuck on stupid, which is nothing but ignorance on demand and stuff like that, send them to us.
Yeah.
Where do they send them?
Absolutely. You can send them wherever you want. No, I'm just kidding. You can send them info@businesswearshow.com. Definitely send them to us so we can talk about them on the show. This portion of our show is brought to you by StompersBoots.com.